back. Today, as we continue to honor our veterans, we have a story of one soldier's very special bond.
Army Major Pete Way was injured twice while serving in Afghanistan. When he finally came home, struggles only got worse.
But a new companion, courtesy of the organization VetDogs, helped turn his life around. Watch this.
I grew up playing with the little green soldiers, going out in the backyard. It's kind of neat to be one of those ones who became that little green soldier figure instead of just playing with them.
In 2001, Pete Way was a nurse practitioner and a captain in the United States Army Reserves. But after September 11th, Pete was deployed to Afghanistan as a medic with the Special Forces.
I knew that I was really going to get to take part in righting this wrong. I wasn't so much worried about getting killed.
But just months after arriving in the Middle East, Pete was hurt while helping another soldier.
Busted my knees up good and blew a disc out in my back.
Months later,
somebody shot an RPG. It just hit close by, and I got that dirt and shrapnel in my leg.
When Pete finally went home, things went from bad to worse.
Had developed, the classic PTSD symptoms with nightmares and crowd aversion, and kept taking pain medicines. And so they'd help the pain while messing with my brain, and then at the same time helping to cover up that PTSD.
Pete's wife, Ann, and his two young children were worried.
Pete seemed different when he came back because he sort of had this gaze over his eyes, like he was here but not really here.
I would say it was about as close to pitch black with no light in sight.
Despite still being in excruciating pain and undergoing 24 surgeries over 10 years, Pete knew things needed to change.
I decided that this is madness. I'm trained in this. I know the symptoms of being addicted, and yet here I am. It was just a moment of, this has got to stop.
Pete was addicted to painkillers, but over time got clean and began researching service dogs to aid his recovery. A month after medically retiring from the Army, he met Rory, an 18-month-old black lab from America's VetDogs.
They opened the door, and I knew it was Rory before I knew it was Rory, just because just the way he looked, it's like he's going to be my dog.
And their bond was immediate.
He trusted me, and I trusted him.
But as Pete's leg continued deteriorating, he faced his biggest surgery, amputation. Rory stayed by his side.
There's almost not the words for what it meant to have Rory at that point. I had him to help with a lot of the physical and the emotional support he provided, not just for me, but the whole family.
I don't think Pete or I would have survived the amputation without Rory. As soon as Pete got out of surgery, there is Rory ready and waiting and excited to see him. And I think it gave Pete a purpose. I have to get well, and I want to get well.
Rory helps Pete with everything from the logistical.
There it is. Yes, tug. Yes, hold. Yes.
To the emotional.
There it is. Rory is actually able to pick up on my emotions, and so he intervenes before I can get worked up.
Rory is the best gift, an everlasting gift. I know he saved Pete's life.
He's given me back very much a normal life. I don't see things anymore as obstacles or impossibilities. It's just the next challenge, and Rory's there on every challenge with me. And so it's a turnaround in life, and it's a good life.
Oh, gosh, that is a team right there, right? Well, Pete and Rory, they're now training for a biathlon.